Tonight's little hike. Can't decide to go out or not. I am going out. I will do. But it's going to be a case of it's bloody cold. It is bitterly cold. I've put the heating on a little bit. Not heating in the house, but the heating in the airing cupboard. A little switch up there somewhere. Because I've got a batch of spirits on the go. So rather than using a immersion heater, I've just got it in the airing cupboard. I'm going to switch that on for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, and that'll keep it at temperature to ferment for a week. Anyway, it says temperature's going to feel like 9 degrees Celsius tonight. Yeah, it won't. It felt colder than that last week, and it was meant to be 12. The reason why it's so much colder, part of it is because I'm only taking one medication at the moment. Just the one, and it's these pills that are meant to stop you absorbing like all fats and sugars. It doesn't. It's more of a placebo, but it does stop you absorbing a certain amount, which means I don't have the fat and energy in my body that I used to. I'm still a fat fucker, but I feel the cold more. But it's mainly because I'm on top of a bloody hill. Because where I'm going to be going, if you don't already know, is a place called North Hill. And it's not a very detailed map. It's the weather map. I check the weather first. So it's a place called North Hill. I said, but it's not going to get zooming in, wise. And it's very exposed. It's on the coast of the estuary, and it will feel more like just around freezing temperature-wise. I'm wearing a hat, well, a balaclava, whilst I sleep. I mean, I'm still sleeping naked. That's a given. I have to sleep naked. It's that simple. Even when I was in prison, I didn't sleep fully clothed. I might have my jeans on or something on whilst in the cell with someone else, but I'd have undone and loose so I can get air to my body. So that if you don't get air to your joints, you sweat, you go manky, you end up with rashes and all kinds of shit. So tonight, when I'm going out, I am not going to be taking my new tarp. I wasn't too sure about the weight, but because I've got my scales now, I was able to actually weigh it, and I compared the weight of the tarp, the new one, the 5x5 meter job, to the polyplastic I've got. It's double the weight. The tarp is double the weight, and that doesn't include the bag. If you include the bag that it goes in, it's a very good sturdy bag, but you're also talking nearly 3 times the weight of the polytunnel plastic. I'm not taking the polyplastic either. All I'm going to do is take my 2 tarps that came with the hammock. Well, one came with the hammock, one came with the old hammock that died. So I'm going to take those 2 little tarps, just so I've got a layer on top of the hammock. And I'll take my usual stuff, like my oven ready tinfoil blankie thing. And I might even take the extra sleeping bag as well, because it is getting bitterly cold. I spent decades on the run, so I got acclimatized to very cold, harsh conditions. And even now, I don't put on the central heating, except maybe 8 days of the year. I'll put it on for half an hour at a time for one individual room to take the edge off. But yeah, I'm going to be going out later. It's looking at being extremely overcast, but not raining. Overcast and not raining means you've got a lot of moisture in the air and it penetrates the cold. Plus, where I go camping now, and I've been in the same location now for the past 3 weeks. 3 nights, past 3 weeks. Normally I do so many nights, so many weeks in a place, and then I'll change location. This place feels more like it could be more, not a permanent, because I don't own the place, but it's more of a long-term place. So I'm going to start to maybe build up a little fireplace. I'm reluctant to take food. One reason why I'm reluctant to take food is that the last time I had major food before going up there, the following morning, I had to go for a shit before I could come back. And I'd rather shit in the toilet than in the woods. Because it's just, It's a convenience thing. So if I don't eat the afternoon or the evening before, or if I only have something minor, like a sandwich or something like that, then it's different. But the weekend before last, I had a roast dinner before I left the bloody house, which meant that in combination with those blue Olestat pills, basically my guts emptied themselves the following morning, and it was a little bit terrifying. It was a case of clenching your cheeks and trying to find its place not too close to your hammock. Anyway, I would like to do cooking, but I've got to be careful what I do actually take and what I do. There's no point me taking food for breakfast to cook, simply because it's going to be in the bag all night, and it's either going to be in a sealed container where it might go off because meat, or if it's not a sealed container, it's going to attract animals. So if I do take something to cook, what I might do is take a bit of bacon, a couple of slices of bread, stick it in a plastic bag or something, and just have that this evening. Just so I can have, it is just nice having a bit of bacon or something on an open fire. It's just one of those things. I've got a chicken I cooked yesterday. I was tempted to take the carcass up and just put it on the fire to cook it off to munch on later. Except that means I'm going to have greasy fingers, so I've got to carry wipes or things to wash my hands. It means I'm going to have a carcass left over afterwards, which is going to attract rats. Sorry, ground level squirrels. If you call them rats, you get nightmares from all the books I've read. You know, the rats, the lair, the domain, you know, eating through the... Anyway, if I call them squirrels, it's not quite as bad. You know, you just think about being Willy Wonka or a budding jailbait. Anyway, so I might take a bit of bacon. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I could even take a couple of sausages. But yeah, so I'm going to be going out later. I just still not decided what I'm going to take. If I were to want to take more layers for extra insulation, I take the polyplastic. Simply because it weighs between a third and a half of the tarp. If it was going to be like hammering down with rain tonight, I'd take the new tarp. But I want to keep the weight down as much as I can. And this time, I'll remember to take some fucking coffee. Last time I was pissed off because all I had in my little tube was whitener and sugar. It's fine if you're on a yomp and you're doing a forest march, you want that kind of energy buzz. But not when you want your nice relaxing cup of caffeine in the morning.